Hello and welcome back to the Darby Creek Diaries. I'm Gale Thompson and I just came in from trying to shovel in front of our mailbox. Oh my gosh, do we have snow. So here's a nice chilly card as the theme of the day. I hope you're doing well and I hope you're not affected by this weather, but if you are, spring's coming. It is. We just have to hang in there. So for today's project, I have to get some adhesive on the back of the card. So I'm just going to use scrapbook.com's adhesive. I cut it down to 4¼ by 5½. And the easiest way to do that is just stick it in your MISTI there. That way you can be sure it's all lined up and you don't have to worry about a thing. Now, I put a little sticky Sizzix grid in my MISTI and I always cover it back up when I'm done. But those are very handy. Now I'm just burnishing it to make sure that everything is glued down good. And I'm going to attach it's a watercolor paper from Fawn. I'll have everything linked below for you. I'm just going to be very careful because this stuff is sticky, to line it up in the corner and get it all adhered. And then I'm just going to trim off the edges after I burnish it again. And it's easier just to use the trimmer. You could use scissors if you want, but I tend to not cut a straight line, even though I think I am. I'm using next a Birch cover dry from Honeybee Stamps, and I went ahead and die cut 4 of them. I'm going to glue 3, stack them up by 3, and I'm going to leave 1 for later, and you'll see why in a bit. And I'm also trying the new Honeybee glue. The jury's still out on it. I sure do love my art glitter glue, so I'll let you know down the road what I wind up deciding. But I'm trying to figure out, those are a lot of little things to line up, and I thought this might be a good idea, and it worked really well. And just gluing it by laying it in that MISTI again and lining it up with the corner, and it makes just real neat and tidy. Very, very easy to line up. And now I'm going to line up that on top of my Watercolor Wishes paper that's already cut. And there you go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I will have a link to those stickers too for you because I really do like them. Then I'm just burnishing that down real quick, and now I have my Nuvo glitter paste, and I'm just going to, just like spreading butter on toast, just going to lay it in there, and I'm not at all worried about being sloppy. I'm just going to coat everything really well. And this stuff, clean your tools right away because it dries and it is concrete. I'm trying to use every little bit I can out of the jar. I don't know why, but I really am careful to not waste art supplies. I think we had that discussion one other time. So I'm going to put it back in the jar, and that is not the easiest way to do it, I'll tell you that. But it was what I had handy, and I didn't want to get something else all goopy. Then just take your finger along the edge, and you can get everything cleaned up there. So back to the MISTI. I'm going to stamp a little snowman. It's from the Hero Arts kit. I believe it was the December kit. I will double check. I always find it easier to die cut first. I just think it's easier to line up the stamp that way. And I certainly don't color before I die cut because if I booger it up with a die cut, then, just a big waste of time. So I'm not that good. So I start out with the die cut. And I'm getting the stamp ready. It had not been used. So I'm just rubbing it with a microfiber cloth to kind of get a little tack to it. And I got out my VersaFine Clair black ink. It is Copic friendly. And I'm going to get our little snowman going. And I'm pressing, but not really hard because you don't really want to smoosh things, especially his little arms. And I'm checking it. And that is the one thing, boy, the Misty tool is great, is you can just stamp away. And I'm getting my little snowman off my little sticky mat. Now, through the magic of television, he is already colored and he's already glittery and he's ready to go. So there is the dry glitter paste on top of our woodsy scene, our wintry woodsy scene. And I'm just going to glue this on top so it'll just be neat and tidy. You won't see any glitter where it's not supposed to be. And I'm thinking that that glitter paste, it was kind of opaque, and so probably could have just started off with any blue cardstock. Now I'm using a stitched hillside. I believe it's from My Favorite Things, but I'll double check. And it has stitching on both sides of the cut. And I'm figuring out where Mr. Snowman needs to be. I took some Copic markers and I kind of put like a BOO color to kind of make it look cool like snow, but it kind of looks like a hot mess, but I fix it later. Coloring is not my strong suit. It isn't. I'm getting everything lined up, but this will look nice at the end. Trust me. I'm going to get Mr. Snowman back in position, and since there's some loft to where his head's going to be, I'm putting some foam squares, and then the bottom I can just glue. You get his little hands in there. I don't know why. I'm the slowest gluer in the world. Now our snowman has been placed, and there's a little bit of blue underneath him to kind of look like a shadow. Then I got out the Distress Mica Flakes, and I'm going to cover up this blue because I just really think it looks bad. And this is easy. It's like glitter. I used to have some 20 years ago, and I'm really not sure why, but I know now you can color this if you just want alcohol ink. Any color, you can just stick it in a cup and dye it whatever color you want. But this, I think, looks pretty because it's all snowy looking and ice crystals. Now, there are going to be some dark, like burnt looking wonky pieces, and you just kind of pick those out. I don't know why that is. I'm actually not real sure what the mica flakes are made of, but this is me pulling out those really dark bits. They just kind of look burnt or something. I think it's supposed to, but I didn't want it. Not on my snow. Now I'm adding just a few little sequins to kind of give a little movement to the scene. And it takes me forever to figure out where they are, so I'm sparing you most of that. And I'd already kind of decided where they were going to go. And then I wind up adding 3 more up in the upper right, which you'll see. There we go. I also used a sentiment from that same kit, Sending Warm Wishes, which I'm sending to you if you are in the frigid Midwest or North. I hope you enjoyed this project and that you will like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends, come back and see me. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Facebook. And I'm going to leave you some other videos to entertain you during this nasty weather if you're having it. And I hope you'll come back and see me. Take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.